The film begins on a wide shot of gun headquarters in London at night. The camera falls into a manhole cover, revealing the wreck of the crab mech from the third film. Inside, a failsafe protocol is activated and a tube emerges from the floor, revealing a human android with an uncanny resemblance to Robotnik. The tube opens, and the android stumbles out, buck naked, but with no reproductive organs. Robo-Robotnik, or Robo for short, opens his eyes, which now have a red hue. He gets accustomed to his body.
Fascinating. It appears my predecessor must have built me as a failsafe.
He rolls his shoulder, noticing his arm squeaks and grinds.
Guess my joints need a little oil. Stone, get me some oil. Stone?
Before he can do anything, he has to quickly hide as egg drones in gun color schemes patrol the sewers.
Stone du verreter,
the android mutters to himself. He quickly scans the crab's database, coming across hidden projects under the codenames Gantai and Metal Menace. With this newfound knowledge, he hastily forms a plan.
I'll need to find some place to hide. The ocean is too obvious, and there's not enough resources to survive, let alone conquer the world. I need a new planet. Someplace I've never been before.
He assembles rocket boots for himself and grabs some strange device from his desk. He takes off into the night sky, just as Agent Stone of Gun exits the HQ. He's confused at the sight, thinking it's just another satellite being launched into orbit. The camera focuses on Robo flying into space, screaming,
"I'll get you, Hedgehog!"
The device he grabbed activates, and in a flash, he's gone. It's early evening in Green Hills, Montana. Sonic, now looking slightly older, takes his mark next to Tails and Knuckles, who have both aged a bit. Tom and Maddie, now looking to be in their late 40s, prepare to start the trio off on their race as an old Aussie dozes happily in the evening sun. Knuckles starts taunting Sonic.
"I am no hologram this time, Sonic. Prepare for a worthy challenge."
"We'll see about that, Nux."
Sonic replies in his snarky attitude.
"Don't leave me out of the equation,"
Tails interjects. Maddie drops the flag after Tom counts them down. Whoosh! The trio takes off. Hijinks ensues as the brothers race each other to the finish line. Sonic notices he's lagging behind and so pushes himself even further and somehow breaks Mach 2 on the ground. He suddenly comes to a halt in a dark forest, proclaiming himself the winner.
"Hello? Tails? Knuckles?"
Taking in his surroundings and calling out for the others, he looks at a sign. New York State Park.
I guess they were shut the finish line.
He chuckles to himself. In the bushes, a figure with red eyes stalks the blue blur. The rest of the mid-credit scene from Sonic 3 plays out. After saving Sonic from the Metal Sonic horde, Amy reveals herself.
"I'm Amy Rose, a hedgehog, like you,"
She explains, helping up Sonic.
"I come from the planet Mobius on the other side of the galaxy. Your people need your help."
Look, I'm flattered you came all this way to see me, but... Wait, say that again? My people?
You think you're the only supercharged rodent in the galaxy? Long story short, I was sent by the current sovereign of Mobius, Queen Elise. She sent me to find you. We need your help in defeating Robotnik.
Wait. Eggman's back?
Sonic's eyes widen with concern.
Shh!
Amy shushes him.
Not out here where we could be listened to. The locals might turn us over to him.
Sonic explains that Eggman was a villain on Earth too, and that he had died almost 3 years ago.
But that's not possible. He's taken over half of my planet, and by extension, your homeworld.
My what?
There's no time, Sonic. Robotnik needs to be stopped, and you're our only hope.
Okay, Rosie, you have me sold, but Mobius is on the other side of the galaxy. How do we get there?
Amy explains that she came in a vessel built to the exact specifications of Queen Elise, the Soliana. However, it can only fit one hedgehog. Since Sonic isn't leaving his team behind, he says he has to make a call. Crossfade to Gun HQ. A gun chopper carrying Team Sonic, Amy, Tom, and Maddie lands on the helipad. Greeting them is Special Agent Stone. Good to see you, Team Sonic. The team was very shocked to see Stone again after all this time, save for one. Hey, Miles.
"Hey, Carrick."
Tails and Stone high-five. After explaining how he's on a first-name basis with Tails, that being Tails has helped him on some recovery projects, He explains to them that he got employed at Gunn shortly after the events of Movie 3, and all of Robotnik's old gadgets and files are owned by Gunn, thanks to Stone.
Glad to see you turned over a new leaf.
Sonic says. After the conversation, the crew immediately go inside Gunn HQ, remembering how their last encounter here went.
I do not miss this place.
Tom remarks. Maddie nods along with him as they gather at the meeting room. Sonic and Amy explain the situation to Stone, who agrees to come with them as an envoy of Earth. Tails is quick to remind everyone that they need a vessel. Stone, thankfully, knows just the vessel. He pulls up a hologram of a space shuttle, the GSS Terra. He explains that it's heavily modified with experimental technology for interstellar travel. Despite the tech they do have, it will still take centuries to reach Mobius. Amy has a solution, a captured wormhole device on her craft that could take them to Mobius in just a few short jumps. It's the same one Robo used to escape. Granted, it would take 15 minutes for the device to charge after every jump. Seeing no other choice, Sonic agrees that Stone can come along. Smash cut to the underground hangar as the Terra is prepped for departure. Amy's ship, the Soliana, has been retrieved and is being prepared as well. Sonic and Tails share a tearful goodbye with Tom and Maddie, while Knuckles engages a warrior salute with Wade over the video.
Guard the Master Emerald with your life until I return, Wade. Remember our creed.
A warrior's greatest strength is his heart. Understood, Knuckles. Good luck out there. Wade hangs up and Knuckles joins his family. We briefly cut to Wade, who turns around expecting to see the Master Emerald, but it's gone. Uh-oh. We cut back to Team Sonic.
Look out for each other, and don't stay up late.
Maddie says, being overprotective as ever.
I got it. We won't let anyone else get hurt.
Sonic reassures her.
You've really grown up, guys. Make me proud.
Tom says, on the verge of tears. They all hug one last time. 5 minutes, Team Sonic. Let's move. Stone calls from the vessel. Team Sonic boards the Terra, and Tails enters the co-pilot seat next to Stone. Knuckles and Sonic take seats behind them. After a quick comms check, the hangar door opens, revealing the hangar to be under the River Thames, like how the Eclipse Cannon was. Both ships are brought to a 90-degree tilt. Tails counts down to launch.
Launch in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ignition!
Whoosh! The boosters on the Terra roar into life as it jettisons from the launch bay. The Soliana takes off close behind. The music builds as both ships break through the atmosphere. After ditching the boosters, the Terra falls behind the Soliana. Unbeknownst to anyone, a figure has snuck into a hidden compartment, carrying something in his hands. Amy activates the wormhole, and both ships are sucked in.
Shadow basketball, Knuckles baseball, जी भरकर फिर खेलें, खूब हल्ला गुल्ला मचाएं और दोस्त
The Soliana and the Terra emerge from the wormhole. Amy alerts the others that the drive is charging now and will be ready in 15 minutes. Stone receives a distress signal from a nearby vessel. Everyone looks over and sees a rusty ship drifting through space. It appears derelict until 3 life forms are discovered on board. Despite the ship's condition, their life support system still works. Sonic insists they stay focused on the task at hand, but the others answer the call and quickly move to help. The Terra docks with the vessel, and the 3 survivors board the shuttle. Team Sonic meets the survivors in the airlock: a crocodile, a chameleon, and a bee. All 3 of them look at Team Sonic, and then focus heavily on Knuckles.
Hey, boss, is that?
It is. It's an echidna.
I thought they were extinct.
Not so. I am Knuckles, guardian of the Master Emerald and the last of my kind.
Knuckles gives a salute. The survivors introduce themselves as Vector, Espio, and Charmey. They call themselves the Chaotix, a bounty hunter crew who will do anything for the right price. They also explain that they have seen and worked alongside echidnas before, saying they were the best warriors in the galaxy. Knuckles is flattered by the high praise. Amy, speaking through a console, offers them to join their venture. Seeing an opportunity for profit, they accept. Sonic, however, is rather suspicious of them. With the wormhole device charged up, the crew jumps to another part of the galaxy. While waiting for the next jump, Knuckles and the Chaotix bond over telling each other their adventures and exploits throughout their lives. Knuckles talks about his years of training before coming to Earth, while Vector talks about the time the Chaotix battled a large creature. Charmey tries to embellish his own part in the story, with Espio constantly toning it down.
While Vector was fighting the creature, I snuck around it and stung it in its hide.
You're a terrible liar, Charmey. You did nothing but cling to me and scream.
Charmey grumps angrily as Vector can't help but chuckle.
I love him or hate him. There's no other team I'd want by my side. We used to have more members, but Mighty's off doing his own thing. I don't blame him. Everyone has a price.
Wrong. A true warrior remains loyal to the cause he believes is right, no matter what.
Meanwhile, Tails praises Stone for the quality of life improvements he's made to the Terra.
This ship is impressive, Carrick. I'm not certain how you can top yourself.
Actually, there's something I want to show you. Come with me.
Stone leads Tails to the back of the shuttle. We never do see what Stone shows him. Sonic is on a video call with Amy, expressing his concerns of bringing the Chaotix along.
I don't know, Amy. Doesn't it seem kind of strange that they just happen to be there?
Sonic, they were in trouble. Besides, we need all the allies we can get if we want to take back Mobius. In my opinion, it doesn't matter where they're from. It looks like they can handle themselves in a fight.
Sonic reluctantly agrees, but still eyes the Chaotix with suspicion. Stone and Tails return from the rear hold, ready for the final jump. The two ships barrel through the wormhole and arrive in high orbit over Mobius. Much to the shock of the team, almost half of the planet has been roboticized. Vector spots an area of Robo's territory that hasn't been fully roboticized, thinking that they could use it as a staging area for launching an attack. Sonic and Tails push back, thinking they need to regroup with other forces on the planet below.
My village is in the southern hemisphere. If we can land there, I'm certain others will want to help.
Good idea, Tails. We need all the help we can get.
There's no time, guys. We need to strike at Robotnik sooner rather than later.
I'm with Amy. We'd have the element of surprise on our side.
I agree with the pink one and the crocodile. A swift and brutal attack is required.
Seeing no compromise, Sonic and Tails relent, and the two ships barrel towards Robo's territory. As they break through the atmosphere, the figure in the hidden compartment breaks out and falls away from the ships. Little do our heroes know that they're being watched.
Unidentified vessels entering atmosphere, transmitting trajectory, and maintaining surveillance.
Back at Robo's new base, Robo-Robotnik looks over the information.
You should have dealt with the pink one when you had the chance, me. But this is a blessing in disguise.
He turns to something behind him. It sounds large, but we never see it.
No, not yet. Only for a worst-case scenario. But even so, our guests need a welcoming committee.
Robo activates a whole army of Metal Sonics. He orders them to destroy everyone. He looks at who just arrived.
Oops. I mean, almost everyone.
A sly grin emerges on his face.
New Sonic milk ice from Topper. Multicolored milk ice filled with a jelly rod and coated with
Oh ja, haben Sie das gesehen?
Ja, aber Ihr Terminchef.
Ach ja.
The crew disembarks from the Terra onto Mobius. Team Sonic takes in the sights and sounds of the small patch of untouched land. Amy emerges from the Soliana, hammer in hand.
We'll rest here for now and move toward Robotnik's base at dusk.
Everyone settles down to get some rest, believing they flew under Robotnik's radar, except for Sonic. He stands on a tall rock and watches the area, like a hawk searching for prey. Amy notices this and walks up to him.
Hey, are you okay?
Something's off. I can feel it. It's not that easy just to sneak by him. Eggman's smarter than that.
You're being paranoid, Sonic. No offense, but I've been fighting in this war for longer than you. I've gone against his forces multiple times. He's no tactician.
But still, he's the smartest man in existence. My gut says he's up to something.
Amy places a reassuring hand on Sonic's shoulder. She stands with him quietly. Tails eventually calls everyone together. Tails and Stone explain that, during their descent, they managed to scan the exterior of Robotnik's base and have been developing a plan of attack. The plan is to begin with a forward assault from Knuckles and the Chaotix as a distraction. With the majority of Robotnik's forces distracted, Stone, Tails, and Amy would attack from the sky with the Soliana and the Terra, dividing Robotnik's attention even further, hopefully causing enough of an opening for Sonic to enter unnoticed. Tails hands Sonic a small device.
This is the nanotech infiltration computer for operations and logistics. Or N.I.C.O.L. Stone and I designed her from Robotnik's old tech, and she should help you navigate Robotnik's base.
Wait a minute. She?
Greetings, Sonic. I am N.I.C.O.L. How may I be of service?
Everyone is taken aback by the new device. Sonic gives Tails and Stone an approving look.
Looks like this will come in handy.
A twig breaks, followed by the sound of robotic movement. Everyone jumps to their feet, their eyes dart around. The faint stop of metallic feet goes louder and louder.
Get the ship ready!
Stone darts to the ship. Right as the Terra's door closes, a company's worth about 100 metal Sonics emerge from the forest.
It's an ambush!
The first wave of drones descend on the team. Team Sonic and the Chaotix fight separately while Amy fights solo, initially holding her own. As the last drone falls, everyone catches their breath.
Is everyone okay?
Sonic looks around. Amy struggles to her feet. She's been shot inside. Sonic runs over to help her up.
I'm fine, I can handle myself.
Sonic looks to Tails.
Check on Stone.
Tails nods and enters the Terra. Sonic looks to Knuckles, who is still in a readied stance, alongside the Chaotix. Sonic notices Vector eyeing up Knuckles.
Vector, are you okay?
Before he could finish, Sonic notices a device on Vector's belt. It appears to be Robotnik in design.
Where did you get that?
It's none of your concern.
Charmey, now!
Without warning, Charmey darts over to Knuckles and jabs something in his arm. Knuckles stumbles, seemingly dazed, and is grabbed by Vector. Tails and Stone exit the shuttle just in time to see what's going on.
Sorry, Sonic, but your friend here will fetch a hefty price with Dr. Robotnik. Espio!
Espio throws down a smoke bomb, and the Chaotix disappear with Knuckles now captive. Before anyone can react, another wave of metal Sonics emerge from the forest. They fire on the Soliana, destroying it.
Scatter!
Sonic picks up Amy and darts off. Tails and Stone board the Terra, quickly take off before it sustains too much damage. A metal Sonic drone looks around, then radios back to Robotnik.
Dispersal complete. Team Sonic has been scattered, awaiting orders.
You malfunctioning piece of scrap iron! I wanted them destroyed, not dispersed! Find them and eradicate them, now!
The metal Sonics divide into teams of 5 and take flight. We fade into nighttime and focus on Amy and Sonic, who have taken shelter deeper in the woods and have built a small campfire. Amy now has a bandage around her and uses her hammer as a support. Sonic manages the fire as they sit in awkward silence.
I'm sorry, Sonic. This is all my fault. I should have been more suspicious of Vector. Now Knuckles is captured, Tails and Stone are missing, and we don't have a plan to fight Robotnik.
Amy curls into a ball, hiding her tears. Sonic sits down right next to her.
Don't worry, Amy. Tails and Stone will be alright. And I know Knuckles. When he wakes up, the Chaotix are gonna be for a world of pain.
Amy looks up at Sonic, giving him a gentle smile.
Besides, we have N.I.C.O.L. I doubt Robotnik's gonna be planning on that.
Robotnik, that's a new one.
Spend some time on Earth. You pick up some more quips. Let's get some rest. We'll move at dawn. If Tails and Stone are okay, they'll do the same.
The two of them settle in for the night, stomping out the fire and taking shelter under the trees. We crossfade to Tails and Stone hiding out on another side of the planet. Stone is looking over the Terra while Tails camouflages the shuttle underneath foliage.
Well, the Terra is still flight-worthy. I don't know how well she can do in a fight.
If she can fly, that's good enough. I just need you to get me close. I think the two could use a test drive.
Stone looks up at Tails and nods. After finishing their camo, they duck into the shuttle. Stone opens the rear compartment door, still not revealing what was hidden. Tails jumps into a small cockpit, while Stone runs diagnostics.
Energizing main power grid. Power output, optimal.
Weapon systems, operational. Stabilizers, online. I think she's ready to kick some scrap.
We crossfade once more to Chaotix, camping out on a ridge overlooking Robotnik's territory. Knuckles is tied up and laying against the rock face as Charmey and Espio keep a lookout. Vector stares intently at the echidna.
I wonder how much the good doctor will pay for your pelt. 10,000? 100,000?
Maybe even 1 million?
Quiet, Charmey. Stay focused.
You are foolish to think Robotnik will negotiate with you. I once thought he was my friend. And the good doctor betrayed me. He stole the Master Emerald and almost destroyed Green Hills.
You're lying.
Espio looks over to Knuckles.
I think he speaks the truth, Vector. If memory serves, it is not like an Echidna warrior to lie.
Oh, not you two, Espio. We're finishing this job and that's final.
Vector turns away from Knuckles.
Yeah, final.
Shut it!
You said before there was someone else that was a part of your group. Mighty? His name was?
Yeah, Mighty the Armadillo. What about him?
Did he say anything about his new job?
Something about an egg carrier, whatever that is. He said it would pay well, so I don't blame him.
Knuckles quickly puts 2 and 2 together, somehow managing to get 4.
Are you aware of the other name for Dr. Robotnik? I have heard Sonic call him Eggman.
Vector thinks for a minute.
Are you telling me Mighty worked for Robotnik?
I know not, but if he worked on this egg carrier you speak of, then I fear that Robotnik plans to betray him, if he hasn't already done so.
Espio walks over to Vector.
Vector, we must listen to him. If he's right, then I fear Mighty is in trouble. Or worse.
Even Charmey abandons his lookout and joins the conversation.
Boss, I gotta agree with Espio on this one. Maybe Robotnik is setting us up.
Vector pulls out the communication devices from his belt.
This is Vector to Robotnik. Come in, Robotnik.
That's Dr. Robotnik to you, simpleton! Did you find the Echidna warrior? Allow me to remind you, he's red, has a mean handshake, and absolutely no sense of humor!
Vector stares at Knuckles for a bit.
No, we haven't found him yet.
Well, hurry up! I already have my drones searching for the others. They can't be bothered to pull your weight, too. Doctor out!
Robotnik hangs up. Vector looks down at a device and crushes it in his hands. He kneels down in front of Knuckles.
I'm sticking my neck out for you on this. So what's the plan?
Untie me first. Then, we can see about restoring your honor.
Round the world. Make him loop the loop, or walk the dog with this Sonic spinner only from Kellogg's Frosties. There are 4 to collect with tokens on special.
We smash cut to the outskirts of Robotnik's base, which appears to be built into a mountain range. Egg drones patrol the outer perimeter as floodlights illuminate the clearing just before the ominous wall. The morning sun slowly begins to rise as Sonic and Amy sneak towards the wall. Thinking quickly, the two of them scale it, with Sonic running along the side and Amy using her hammer as a counterweight. They sneak along the top, knocking out floodlights as they go. They think they're being sneaky, but Robo-Robotnik has been watching them the whole time.
Oh, Sonic, Sonic, Sonic. After all this time, did you honestly think I wouldn't be expecting you?
He then speaks into loudspeakers in his compound.
Oh, drones, we have guests. Hold them off!
Immediately, the egg drones descend on Sonic and Amy. They jump from the wall and into the courtyard of the base. While numerous, the egg drones are no match for them. Amy gets a little too cocky.
Is that it? Is that all you got?
On cue, a wave of Metal Sonics appears from the base.
Target sighted. Engage.
Sonic looks over to Amy.
You just had to say that, didn't you?
He gives her a smirk. Amy suddenly becomes flustered.
Sorry.
The two of them focus as the horde approaches. Amy and Sonic fight well initially, but are slowly being overwhelmed. They're backed up to the wall when a blast of energy suddenly hits the ground, giving the two hedgehogs some breathing room. The Terra quickly dives towards the courtyard, underside hatch open. Before hitting the ground, Stone pulls up, and a blue mech is dropped onto the battlefield. Tails sits in the cockpit of the Tornado 2, now standing between his friends and the metal horde.
Deployment complete. Carrick, get clear!
Copy that. Good luck. The Terra flies off, with not a single metal Sonic chasing after it. Sonic and Amy look on in bewilderment as the Tornado 2 fires a laser beam into the swarm, knocking out multiple drones. Tails then fires a barrage of missiles at a nearby wall, smashing it down. Emerging from the smoke, Knuckles arrives, now at the head of the Chaotix.
Knuckles?
Do not worry, Sonic. They are with us now.
All right, Chaotix, let's do some damage! All at once, everyone jumps into action. Sonic, Amy, and Knuckles fight as one, as Tails does crowd control. The Chaotix help out where they can, and the crew moves forward. Back in his command center, Robo-Robotnik oversees the battle. I think your presence is required. Wouldn't you say, Mechanus Alpha? A slightly larger, more robotic version of Metal Sonic emerges from behind Robo. His voice box is harsher than the others.
Affirmative. Permission to engage.
Granted. Mecha Sonic charges forward and bursts through the viewport, leaving Robotnik slightly annoyed. Mecha is quick to turn the tide, disabling the Tornado 2 mech and putting Team Sonic on the back foot. The team is about to be cornered yet again when something lands between them and Mecha's horde. A lone figure emerges from the cloud of dust, his black and red quills glistening in the morning light. He tosses a bag into Sonic's hand. The trio look back at the figure.
You might need that.
Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles know immediately who it is. Sonic clutches the bag tight. Who the heck is this guy? The Chaotix and Amy look on in amazement as the figure slowly removes 2 golden rings from his wrists.
I am Shadow, champion of Earth, and guardian of the innocent. I am the ultimate life form. Chaos Blast!
A large blast of chaos energy forces the swarm back.
Now's our chance. Charge!
With a second wind, the entire team charges forward with Shadow leading the way. Robotnik now has a slight look of concern on his face.
Well, now that I wasn't expecting. I guess the last resort will have to do.
He retreats deeper into his base. Team Sonic makes it to the front door. Shadow blasts the door open. He turns to Sonic.
Go! The rest of us will hold them off.
Thank you, Shadow. Welcome back.
Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles disappear into the base as Shadow, Amy, and the Chaotix turn to face the Metal Horde again.
Am I sure glad you're on our side?
The Metal Sonic Horde descends on them. We smash cut to the interior of the base. Team Sonic races down the halls, smashing drones in their way. Sonic has N.I.C.O.L in his hands.
Nickel, talk to me. What's there to see?
Initial scans suggest a large chamber approximately 1,000 feet ahead. Study of the surrounding topography suggests that it is a hangar.
What could Eggman be hiding that requires such a large hangar?
Stop! Team Sonic passes through a door and screeches to a halt. The room is pitch black. Tails leans over to Sonic.
Use the sonar!
Sonic turns on N.I.C.O.L's sonar. A large hologram wave sweeps through the hangar. The initial scan reverberates throughout the hangar. A large object is detected. The trio look at N.I.C.O.L's screen. It appears to be a ship.
Really? That's it? We came all this way for a boat?
Suddenly, a large klaxon sounds. The hangar is suddenly lit up like a candle. Red sirens flash as floodlights project onto the ship. It's a space-capable warship. The roof of the hangar opens, revealing the mountain is just covering it. The ship's engines roar into life. It rises out of the hangar as more doors open in the distance. We cut back to everyone else outside, who have finished mopping up the last of the Metal Sonic drones. They turn around and see a large fleet of warships, including a massive carrier ship, emerging from the mountain range. Amy looks on in horror at the sight. The Chaotix are almost in full panic, with Charmey being the loudest one.
What do we do? What the heck do we do?
The Terra flies in overhead and enters the hangar Sonic and Co. are in. The door to the shuttle opens, and Team Sonic enters. Tails sits next to Stone, while Sonic and Knuckles stand behind.
Think you can get us to the big one?
Tails points to the egg carrier. Only one way to find out. He slams the throttle to full. The egg fleet's anti-air cannons turn on the little shuttle. The Terra weaves and bobs through the flak, desperately making its way towards the carrier. Everyone on the ground watches in awe at the sight.
Go get him, Sonic.
The Terra closes in on the carrier. Buzz bombers launch from the carrier and open fire on the Terra. Despite this, the shuttle gets close to the lower hangar deck. Close enough for Team Sonic to jump from the Terra to the carrier. Sonic and Knuckles jump to the flight deck, but Tails looks back at Stone.
Just go! I'll be okay!
Tails nods and joins his brothers. The Terra moves away from the hangar, but then its main thrusters are hit. The shuttle plummets out of the sky. It spirals out of control and towards another ship below. Boom! It crashes into the ship's bridge. The vessel descends towards the surface. Tails looks in shock until he hears a voice on his communicator.
Ugh, I'm okay.
Do you need help?
I'll be fine. Finish this.
Tails looks at Sonic, who nods. The three of them enter the carrier, not knowing they're being watched by a security camera. It's noticeably quieter inside than the base below, as if there's no crew.
This doesn't make sense. Why build such a massive ship when there's no one to crew it?
Is there anything on here we can use?
Scanners indicate a singular life form on board.
The trio move deeper into the carrier, eventually finding a large flight deck. Something gently rumbles within, shrouded in darkness. A single spotlight shines on a figure. It's Robo-Robotnik. He stares at the large object.
It's over, Robotnik. Call up your fleet.
Robotnik turns to Sonic, his speech now glitching and his movements erratic.
Oh, Sonic. Even if I wanted to, I can't. It's already too late.
The team looks confused. Sonic looks at N.I.C.O.L again. The life form reading isn't Robotnik. It's behind him.
The fleet is no longer under my command.
Then who? Whose command is it under?
The large object begins to stir. It slowly rises as more and more floodlights flick on, revealing a large metallic dragon that bears an uncanny resemblance to the metal Sonic drones. A tank containing a creature is attached to the creation. It's quickly sealed before Sonic and team can get a good look. A single red eye flashes on.
Mine!
Robo-Robotnik falls to the ground, his body now lifeless. Metal Overlord lunges at Team Sonic, who dodged the first attack.
What do you think, Sonic? I was hoping to save Metal Overlord until I returned to Earth. But I guess there's no time like the present.
A large blast of chaos energy fires from the dragon's mouth. The beam chases Sonic to the ceiling, which is also the door. Said door is blown off, and Team Sonic exits the carrier, followed by Overlord.
Tails, any ideas?
Don't get hit!
The team is on the back foot for the first part of the fight. All they can do right now is dodge Overlord's attacks. Knuckles manages to land a punch on the shield guarding Overlord's power supply, but he doesn't even dent it. The trio duck behind cover as Overlord attacks in random directions, even hitting one of his own vessels.
Stop it! Behave yourself!
He appears to be talking to someone. Sonic pulls up N.I.C.O.L. An X-ray scan shows the life form inside of Overlord trying to fight back.
That's it! If we can free whomever is in there, Overlord's power level will drain!
But we need more power. I couldn't make a dent in it.
Sonic opens the bag Shadow gave him, revealing the Master Emerald. Knuckles frowns.
I'm going to have a word with Wade.
Sonic grips the emerald tightly and transforms into Super Sonic. He takes off and immediately starts smashing away at Overlord. Sonic has the upper hand until a quick strike from Overlord's tail sends him careening back to Tails and Knuckles. The duo help him up, as Overlord cackles menacingly.
I can't do it!
Come on, Sonic! You've got to!
Everything we know is at stake!
You don't let me finish! I was going to say I couldn't do it alone.
He looks to Tails and Knuckles.
I need your help, guys. If we work together, we can take him down.
We're with you, Sonic.
Every step of the way. What do we need to do?
Just trust me.
Sonic grabs his friend's hands and focuses. He sends chaos energy into the two of them, supercharging them. Knuckles turns a shade of pink, while Tails turns a brighter yellow. The trio emerge from hiding and face down Overlord, who laughs.
What's this now? A final stand? Do you really think you can stop me?
We don't think so. We know. Let's get him, team.
The trio blast into action, attacking Overlord from all sides. With Sonic and Tails distracting him, Knuckles smashes his way through the tube, rescuing the creature captured within.
Are you Mighty the Armadillo?
Who's asking?
I am.
Knuckles jumps from the metal behemoth and sets Mighty down.
Stay here.
Knuckles quickly rejoins his brothers. The trio charge up for a final attack.
No! No! Who are you to defy me?
Sonic gives a smirk.
Who are we? We're Sonic heroes.
What I'm made of.
The trio unleash a final blast of chaos energy, destroying not only Overlord, but the engine room of the egg carrier. Before the trio have a chance to escape, Tails and Knuckles collapse from exhaustion. Sonic reverts to his regular form. The carrier now crumbles beneath him, slowly falling apart and plummeting out of the sky. Sonic tries to carry Knuckles and Tails, but it's too much weight. Suddenly, Shadow appears overhead. He lands next to Sonic.
Sonic! What are you still doing here?
Shadow quickly surveys the area.
Grab Tails and Knuckles. I'll get the armadillo and the Master Emerald.
They quickly retrieve everyone.
Hold on to me!
Sonic, holding on to Tails and Mighty, grabs onto Shadow's shoulder. With Knuckles over his shoulder, Shadow touches the Master Emerald.
Chaos Control!
Everyone is warped away from the ship. Back on the ground, everyone reunites just as the carrier explodes. Everyone stares at the spectacle of the egg carrier crashing into the ground, followed by the other ships, save for one. Tails comes to and looks around.
Carrick? Where's Carrick?
I'm up here, buddy.
The unaffected ship begins its descent. Ancient Stone took control of the vessel after crashing into it. It hovers above the courtyard as a boarding ramp descends. Stone exits the ship, bruised but okay. Tails jumps up and hugs him. Stone, not knowing how to respond, awkwardly hugs back. Meanwhile, Vector grabs Mighty and gives him a noogie.
Mighty, you crazy son of a gun, welcome back!
Easy, Vec, easy.
The rest of the Chaotix celebrate their friend's return. Knuckles wakes up and looks at Shadow. Shadow holds out the Master Emerald, now safely in the bag again.
Apologies.
He drops the bag into Knuckles' hand.
Accepted.
Knuckles extends his free hand for a handshake. Shadow returns the favor, only to wince at Knuckles' grip strength.
Ow!
Sonic stands up and looks at his friends. He can't help but smile. He's suddenly taken aback when Amy gives him a hug. She's almost on the verge of tears.
Thank you, Sonic. Thank you so much.
A gentle cracking is heard.
Ow, ow! Careful!
Amy quickly pulls back, blushing.
Sorry.
Sonic can't help but crack a smile.
So what happens now? Robotnik is gone. What's next for you guys?
Sonic looks at his team. Knuckles chats with the Chaotix while Tails and Shadow talk to Stone. He wants to say they should all go home, but something in his heart says otherwise. Crossfade back to Tom and Maddie's house. There's a knock on the door. Maddie opens it, revealing Tails, now wearing a gun uniform. She kneels down to give him a hug. Afterwards, she looks around.
Where's Sonic and Knuckles?
I figured you'd ask that.
Tails pulls out his device.
Tom will want to see this too.
Tom and Maddie sit on the couch as Tails plays a hollow recording of Sonic. He speaks like an anchor at first before dropping the act.
This is Sonic TV, coming to you live from Planet Mobius. Okay, that sticker's gonna get out really quick. Hi Tom, Maddie, Ozzy. If you're seeing this, that means Tails got home safely, which is great, and he deserves a chili dog.
It also means Knuckles and I have a return home. But there's a good reason for it. You see, we defeated Robotnik as usual. Only this time, he was a metal dragon with a fleet of spaceships. It's complicated.
Team Sonic shares one last fist bump and hug. The Chaotix, Knuckles, Tails, Shadow, and Stone board the captured ship and take off. Sonic and Amy wave as they leave.
Anyways, the guys and I talked about it. We decided to go our separate ways for a while. I'm staying on Mobius with Amy to track down the leftovers of Eggman's influence. Knuckles found a new crew of warriors to mentor, the Chaotix. They're great guys. I'll tell you all about it some other time. As for Tails, well, you can probably guess what he's up to.
We see Tails, Stone, and Shadow drop off the Chaotix on a different world. Knuckles hands Shadow the Master Emerald. Knuckles pounds his chest as a salute, and Shadow returns the salute. Knuckles joins the Chaotix as the remaining trio return to Earth. Crossfade to Gun HQ, with Tails and Stone sealing the Master Emerald in a vault. Shadow is also at Gun, and runs into a massive robot and a bat, Omega and Rouge. Rouge extends a handshake.
So I bet you're asking why we decided on this. Well, you say to yourself, Tom, we've grown up. We found our own callings in life, and it's time to follow these callings.
We cut back to Tom and Maddie's house. Tom and Maddie both have tears in their eyes.
Don't worry, I'll be sure to send messages as often as I can. Once I'm done on Mobius, I'll return back home, so keep my bed intact. And Tails, keep an eye on Ozzy for me. Bye for now.
The message ends. Tom slowly nods. He doesn't say anything, but he's proud. The music swells as we cut to different shots of Knuckles, Tails, and Sonic looking up at the night sky.
We may be separated by light years.
And there's no knowing when we'll see each other again.
But know this, for as long as we draw breath,
For as long as we remember each other.
For as long as we keep moving forward.
no matter what.
No matter what.
No matter what.
The trio fist bump into the night sky.
We will always be brothers.
Sonic and Amy are seen in the distance, chatting around a campfire on the beach. Suddenly, a teal portal opens in the foreground, and out of it come two figures. They gently touch the ground, one a royal-looking cat, the other an almost pale white hedgehog. The hedgehog looks across the bay to the campfire. His eyes widen when he sees Sonic. After all this time, we found him.